Good morning, children.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hope you are remembering what we learned about different types of connective tissues. Who will tell me the different connective tissues we learned? Just the names. Just list out the different connective tissues that we learned. Who will tell
Blood,
me?
blood,
Yes,
cut,
Isha.
bone,
Who's
bones,
saying?
Bones
Wait. One at
tendons,
a
and
time.
ligament.
Wait, Fizan, wait. I'll give you a chance. First, I think Isha, where are you, Isha? Isha, tell me.
blood,
Blood,
ligaments,
ligaments,
tendons,
tendons. Okay, wait. Remaining, who will say? Eva, tendon, ligaments, and blood, she said. Eva can say the remaining.
bone, cartilage,
Bone, cartilage,
adipose tissue,
adipose tissue, and
areolar tissue.
areolar tissue. Okay. Fizan, would you like to summarize all? Fizan, are you there?
Yes,
Quickly say all the different connective tissues.
ma'am. Blood, red blood cells,
Blood, it includes red blood cells. Blood, the next.
and ligament.
Ligaments.
Flexible. It is very flexible.
No, I don't want any explanation. Blood, ligaments. What are the other connective tissues?
Areolar tissue,
Areolar tissue,
adipose tissue,
adipose tissue, then
and bones.
bones, along with bones,
Cartilage.
cartilage. And one more you missed out, that is adipose tissue. Okay,
Adipose.
anyways, good. So let's start with the new type of animal tissue today. So we have covered in our previous classes epithelial tissue, and also we completed the different connective tissues. Today we are going to learn about the third type of animal tissue, that is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is very important to bring about movement in your body. Muscles along with bones bring about movement. So today you will be learning more about muscular tissues. I hope you all are having a notebook and pen with you and note down all the points so that you can quickly respond when I ask questions. And children, few of you haven't turned your videos on. So you might have seen in the previous classes, teachers are listing out their names also. So if there are no connectivity issues, please turn it on. Okay, let's begin with the third type of animal tissue, that is muscular tissues. You can see the picture of different muscular tissues over here: cardiac muscle, skeletal muscle, and smooth muscle. So about each of these muscles you will be learning. So first let's have an introduction about muscular tissue. Muscular tissue consists of elongated cells, and you call them as muscle fibers. So several muscle fibers together make up a muscular tissue. I'll repeat again. Muscular tissue is made up of elongated cells. And what do you call these cells? Muscle fibers. Muscular tissue is made up of muscle fibers. Then, as I already told you, this tissue brings about movement in your body along with bones, muscles, skeletal or a type of muscles are not all muscles. There are a group of muscles which are attached to bones and they bring about movement. You will be learning about different types of muscles. So in general, you can say muscular tissue brings about movement. Muscles contain some special proteins. Now, I told you that muscles bring about movement. If I have to move from this place to another place, or if I need to move forward or backward, or if I need to go down to the canteen to have my food, I should move from this place. So this movement is brought about by muscles. Apart from the movement of my entire body, in the different parts of your body also moves. For example, your heart will beat. Okay, so all those movements are also brought about by muscles, and muscles bring about movement because of the presence of some special proteins in their body. And these proteins is contractile proteins, which are capable of contracting or which brings about contraction. And muscles, with the help of these proteins, they will contract they will relax and contract, and they will bring about movement. So I'll repeat the 3 points once again. Those who did not follow, just listen again. And if you have doubts, you can ask. Muscular tissue is made up of elongated cells. You call them as muscle fibers. So the muscle tissue is made up of what cells? Muscle, what do you call them?
Fibers.
Muscle fibers. What is the main function? These muscles bring about movement. And how are they capable of bringing about movement? Because they have some special proteins. You call them as contractile proteins, and they will contract and relax and bring about movement. Contractile proteins are present in muscles which will contract and relax, bringing about movement. So did you get the point? 3 points we learned. We learned muscular tissue is made up of muscle fibers. They bring about movement, and also about the proteins which enable the muscles to contract and relax. Now we are going to learn about the classification of muscular tissue. There are different types of muscular tissues. So already in the beginning, I showed you pictures of 3 types of muscular tissues, and you're going to learn about each one in detail. And there are chances that when we learn 3 types of muscles, you get confused. So be familiar with the picture. Okay, if you know the picture, it will be easy to recollect the points and say the points regarding its nucleus, then the shape, all those you will get a better idea if you are familiar with the picture. So focus on the picture also. You can copy it down in your notes, the different types of muscles. It is compulsory that you should know the picture. You should be familiar with the figure. Only then learning the points become easy. So one by one, let's see. The first one, striated muscles. Striated means the name. Let us start with the name striations. The word meaning of striations, stripes or striations. Here in this muscle, you can find, see some stripes. Can you find? See, these are the stripes. Darker band, lighter band, darker band, lighter band. So you can see some alternate light and dark bands or some striations. You know what are striations? You say, no, striped shirt, where stripes or striations are there, lines are there. So these muscles got the name striated muscle because they are provided with some stripes or striations. So let's see the other points. You call them as voluntary muscles also. Why do you call them as voluntary muscles? Voluntary muscles means those muscles which you can move according to your will. Suppose I want to hold a pen in my hand and I want to write down something, I can regulate the movement of my hand muscles. If I need to walk from here, or if I want to go down, if I need to climb up and go to the office, I can do it. I can decide when to go, when not to go. So these muscles are under our control. You can regulate the movement of these muscles. So hence, we call them as voluntary muscles. And you call them as skeletal muscles also. Already we learned now 3 names. The first name, striated muscle. Then we called it as voluntary muscle. Third one, skeletal muscle. All these are the same. Don't think that I will just learn one name, because if the question comes as give the characteristic features of skeletal muscles and you have learned it as striated muscle, you won't be able to answer. So you should be familiar with all the different names. Voluntary muscle, skeletal muscle, striated muscle, all are one, same type of muscles. These muscles, you call them as skeletal muscles because you know what is skeleton? Your bony framework, the bony framework of your body skeleton. So these are attached to the bones. So we call them a skeletal muscle. They are mostly attached to the bones, and hence we call them a skeletal muscle. And when attached to the bones, as I already told, bones along with muscles will bring about the movement of our body. So I'll repeat the points once again. We are discussing about the first type of muscular tissue. And there are three names. We called it by three names. You can call it as striated muscle, voluntary muscle, skeletal muscle. You should know why they are called by these different names. We call them as striated muscle because they have some bands or some striations. Alternate light and dark bands can be seen, or striations are present. You can find some striations, some light and dark bands are found. So we call it a striated muscle. And moving on to the second name, voluntary. We call it as voluntary because we can move these muscles according to our will and wish. Okay. And then the third name, skeletal muscles. Any doubt you can ask me. Skeletal muscles, why do you call them skeletal muscles? Because they attach to the skeleton or bones and they bring about movement. Hope you got the first 3 points. Then this comes as the explanation of striated muscle. You call them as striated muscles because they have alternate light and dark bands. Those are known as striations when stained appropriately, because the detailed structure you cannot see just with your naked eyes. You need a microscope to observe the uh, section or observe the cells clearly. So when you observe something under a microscope, we add some stain, which you will be doing in your higher classes. You add some stain so that all the parts will be very clearly seen. So upon staining, you can see these light and dark bands very clearly. So here also, children, you can see this is dark band, then light band. This is dark and this is light. You can see dark and light bands. It is because of the presence of these bands, you call them as, what do you call them? Because of the bands?
Ratified tissue.
Not stratified, striated. Strata means layers, not stratified. This is striated. Okay, Fizan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, other features. Just by looking at the figure itself, you will get all these points. These are long. And the appearance, they are cylindrical. Here you can see 3 cells. So these are cylindrical in appearance. No branches. They don't have any branches. What you see are 3 of them. 3 cells together. Okay. 3 bundles or 3 muscles together. And these are cylindrical, no branches, and they are multinucleated. Multinucleated means, you know, you have learned each and every cell is having a nucleus, isn't it? But here, instead of one nucleus, there are many nuclei. See, take the case of the first bundle. So here you can see this is one. Okay. Here you can see one nucleus, another nucleus. So they have many nuclei. So when many nuclei are present, you can call them as multinucleated. Clear, children? So quickly I'll summarize the points and you should answer all my questions. Okay? I'm going to repeat it again. So one by one, we'll see the points about striated muscle. Striated muscle are voluntary muscles because we can control them according to our will. We can control these muscles, can be controlled. These muscles can be controlled. So hence we call it as voluntary muscles. That was first point. Second point, they are also known as skeletal muscles because they are attached to the bones and help in bringing about body movements. Okay, agreed? Now point number 3, they have alternate light and dark bands or striations, and hence the name striated muscle. Now next point. So we already learned 3 points. Point number 4, they are long. 5, they are cylindrical in appearance. Point number 6, they are unbranched. Point number 7, multinucleated. Any doubts? Any point to be repeated?
Ma'am, that muscles can special protein.
Okay. Muscles in the previous slide, no? Fizan, muscles. In
Yes, ma'am.
general, all the muscles are having some special proteins. You call it as contractile proteins. What proteins, Fizan?
Contractile protein.
Contractile proteins, and they will contract and relax, bringing about movement. Now, this one is it clear, children? 7 points. Raya, any doubt?
Ma'am, unbranched means what does it mean?
Unbranched means no branches. See, if it was branched, I'll show you. 1 minute. So, if it was branched, see, this will have a branch like this, another branch, again branches. So, no such branches. Okay, these are 3 cells joined together, arranged parallelly. So, this is one, what I have outlined is one single cell, no branches. We'll be learning about branched muscles also. Then it will be clear. Okay. Unbranched means no branches. So shall I stop sharing? No doubts, no children? Okay. Quickly, I want you to summarize the different points. Who is going to start? Maria, can you tell me one point about striated muscles? Any one point will do. Unmute first of all. Yes, any point. Louder.
Voluntary muscles.
They are voluntary muscles. You know the meaning of voluntary muscles, Maria? You know what are voluntary muscles? Maria? The video is stuck. Maria? Now we need to tell me what are voluntary muscles. What do you mean by voluntary muscles?
Ma'am, they will
Can be
control.
controlled.
Wait, Fizan.
Can be controlled.
Yes, these muscles can be controlled. Eva, next point.
Ma'am, these muscles are also called skeletal muscles
Why?
because they are attached to bones and skeletons and helps
Bones or skeleton and brings about?
body movement.
Okay, these muscles bring about movement. Very good. Now, who will say next point? Shifana, can you tell me another point?
These muscles show alternate light and dark bands or striations when stained appropriately.
Now without reading. You read it very nicely. Now without reading. I don't want you to read. Recollect what you understood.
They show alternate stains when
Forget about staining. Just see what you can, just say what you can find. They have alternate
light and dark variations.
dark bands.
Yeah,
And because of that reason, you call it what muscle?
Striated.
Yes, striated muscle. They have alternate light and dark bands. Raya, another point.
The cells of the tissue are long, cylindrical.
Long and cylindrical. Okay. Lena, another point.
The cells are unbranched.
They are unbranched. One more point.
Multicellular.
Yes, Nihal?
Multicellular.
Not multicellular. You change the term. Wait. Yes, Isha. Nihal, repeat. What was the point?
Multinucleus.
Multinucleated. Repeat it.
Multinucleated.
What do you mean by multinucleated, Nihal? Multinucleated. Let it be wrong, you say. What did you understand by the term multinucleated? Many? Nihal, many? What will be many? About what we are saying? Multinucleated.
Many nucleus.
Many nuclei. Nihal will repeat. Nihal?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by multinucleated? I want to hear from you.
Many nuclei.
Many nuclei. Singular is nucleus, plural is nuclei. Nuclei. So many nuclei. So we summarized all the points. Now, in the beginning, we learned about some special proteins found in muscles. Fizan, where are you? What are those proteins called?
Skeletal.
You asked me the doubt, no, about some proteins?
Yes, ma'am.
What are they? You forgot so fast.
Proteins.
Who can help him? Who can help him? Yes. Anybody?
Contractile.
Contractile proteins. Contractile proteins. Good, Fisan. You write down all these points, then you will not forget. No light in your room, child? No light there? Sit in a well-lighted room. Otherwise, it will be strainful for your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. So, we'll continue, children. We'll proceed to the second type of muscle. Okay. So, we completed which muscle? Striated muscle. So, we have completed striated muscle. Now, we are moving on to the second one. Unstriated or smooth muscles. So, from the term itself, you will get, already you will understand, or you can say one point from this. Unstriated muscle means no striations. Skeletal muscle, we said, striated muscle because they have striations. Here, no striations. So, you call it as unstriated. And these are also known as smooth muscles. And these muscles are involuntary. We learned about striated muscles as voluntary muscles, which you can move according to a will. But these are involuntary muscles. You cannot regulate them. And these muscles are found in your internal organs, which you cannot control. You cannot regulate the movement of these muscles. But those muscles which are attached to the bones, definitely we can regulate. Whereas those muscles in your internal organs like stomach or any of the in your bronchi or in your respiratory system, you cannot give command. Move now. You need not move now. So you cannot regulate according to your will and wish. You cannot order your stomach to stop digesting your food or stop churning your food because it will take place on its own. You cannot control. You have no control over the movement of these muscles. These are involuntary. And some of the places where you find these muscles are iris of the eye. Have you heard about iris? Iris, in your eye, you have a white part and a colored part. The colored part of your eye is known as iris. And the color of the iris can be different for different people. It can be brown, it can be black, and in foreigners you might have seen blue, green, different colors you have seen. Okay, different colors means limited colors. Shades of gray, shades of black, bluish, and even slightly greenish also we have seen in some foreigners. But generally in our country we have in between brown or black color shades. And so the colored part of the eye is known as iris. Then ureters. Ureters are the tubes which carry, you don't have to worry about the details. Just a minute. You don't have to worry about the details of these structures. Just to learn where are these found. Ureters. Ureters, see, I'll draw it here. Suppose these are your kidneys. Just imagine these are your kidneys and this is your urinary bladder. Just a minute. Okay. This is your urinary bladder and the tube which carries the urine formed in the kidney to the urinary bladder for storage is known as ureter. Okay, ureters are tubes. We have a pair of ureters. They will carry urine formed in the kidney to the urinary bladder where it gets stored. Okay, you need to know only that much. Okay, you will learn more about your excretory system later. Then the next part is bronchi. Bronchi of the lungs. So bronchi is a part of your respiratory system. So it's a branch of your, what to say, you have heard about windpipe, children? Have you heard about windpipe? Yes. Yes or no? So if this is your windpipe, it is having two branches. These branches will enter your lungs. So this is your trachea or windpipe. This is the lung. And the branches of this trachea is known as bronchi. Plural is bronchi, singular is bronchus. So you don't have to bother about the details of their structure. You don't have to learn all that. You should just be familiar with the names. So for the present class or in the present chapter, what you need to know is Ureters are a part of your excretory system, and bronchi is a part of your respiratory system. Yes? Okay, let's continue. So you can find these muscles in the iris of the eye, ureters, and even in the bronchi of the lungs. But these are only a few examples. There are many more examples which you don't have to learn, because different internal organs are having these smooth muscles. But you will learn just 3 examples: iris of the eye, ureters, and also bronchi of the lungs. Now, moving on to the structural features. They are long. As you can see, they are long. And they have pointed ends. See, here I will draw an individual cell. That is a bundle of smooth muscle fibers. So it looks somewhat like this. So the ends are pointed. It's tapered at the ends. So this is the tapering end. Ends are pointed or tapering. Okay, tapering end, and they are uninucleated, only one nucleus. Whereas in skeletal muscle we learn they are multinucleated. Here only one nucleus. They are uni. Uni means one, single. They are uninucleated and they are long. They have pointed ends or spindle shape. So spindle shape is where it's having pointed ends. So a shape where the edges or the ends are pointed, you call it a spindle shape. So this structure is spindle shape. Okay, got it? So I'll repeat the points once again about smooth muscle. They are involuntary. Involuntary means you cannot control them according to a will. And where can you find them? 3 places where we listed, or in this chapter they have listed out 3 examples. Those are iris of the eye, ureters of your excretory system, and bronchi of the lungs. Bronchi, iris of the eye, and ureters. Ureters, iris of the eye, and bronchi. So when new terms are there, it will be better if you can write it 5 times and learn their spellings. Bronchi, ureters, and iris of the eye. Iris is the colored part of the eye. Ureter is the tube carrying urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder for storage. Okay, just an information. You don't have to learn it. Okay, just understand. Then bronchi of the lungs. And the structural features, they are long. They have pointed ends, or they are spindle shaped, and they are uninucleated. Is it clear? Any doubts? Anybody wants me to repeat the points? No. All are ready to say the answer. Once again, you can check the different points.
And this is after voluntary muscles now.
This is
After voluntary muscles now.
second one. Second type. These are involuntary. The first one, skeletal muscle, what we said is, this one is involuntary. The previous one is voluntary. Skeletal muscle is voluntary. Okay, we'll see the points once again. These are involuntary muscles which cannot be moved, or these muscles cannot be regulated according to our wish. And these are found in the iris of the eye, ureters, and bronchi of the lungs. Third point, they are long. They have pointed ends, or they are spindle shaped, you can say. They are uninucleated. So we learned 5 points. All have understood all the 5 points? Yes or no?
Well,
Yes. Ready to say the points?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is going to start? Rachel Bobbin. Rachel Bobbin, tell me 1 point.
They are found in iris of the eyes
Only iris of the eye?
and
Iris of the eye?
in and the
Who can help her? Who will help her?
Bronchi of the lungs.
Bronchi of the
bronchi of
lungs.
the lungs.
One more place. One more place.
Ma'am, I know.
Ureters.
Ureters. Yes, ureters. Okay. Now, next point, Fizan.
These are found in the voluntary muscles. Involuntary.
Not found in the involuntary. They are involuntary muscles. They are involuntary muscles. Then,
And they're in long pointed. They're found in long pointed pentacles.
they have got long pointed ends or they are spindle shape. Very good, Fisan. Then, another point.
And in uninucleated.
They are uninucleated. Only one nucleus. We said all the points? No. Did we say all the points? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Who will summarize all the points? Ashna, summarize the points. Ashna Anthony. Ashna, unmute. Unmute first. Ashna, what happened? Respond. Ashna, there is no connectivity issue there. I can see your curtain moving. Your eyes are also moving. Unmute and speak. Where is she? Ashna. Okay. Roshan Jain. Maria Salbin, it is having the name smooth muscle. It's not because no striations. Okay, Maria? Because no striations. So smooth muscle. Yes, Roshan Jain. Roshan. Where are you, Roshan? Ashna, if you have any problem in using the microphone, use your chat box and tell me what is your difficulty. Roshan Jain also left the class. Are you there? Tell me any point which you know. I'm here to help you. Don't worry. You just start. I'll help you. But I want you to speak whether it is yes or no. Ashna is not able to turn her microphone on. Ashna, get it repaired as early as possible. Roshan, I'm waiting for you to respond, child. You know the points? Roshan? Why these children are not responding? Yes or no? I don't mind. You want me to say the question again? Yes, Roshan has messaged. Roshan, tell me the points about smooth muscle. Roshan, what did you understand about smooth muscle or non-striated or unstriated muscle?
Ma'am, I have to repeat it.
Wait. Why some are taking too much time? Unmute Roshan, only then I'll be able to hear you. Do you know the points? Roshan, yes or no? Do you know? Rachel George, summarize all the points.
Yes, ma'am. These are involuntary muscles.
These are involuntary muscles.
Then they are long and
They are long,
uninucleated. Then they are found in the iris
of the eye.
ureters and bronchi.
Very good. But one point she has missed out. Who will say that point she missed out? Who can tell? Maria, can you tell me the point which our Rachel missed out? About its shape. It's regarding its shape. Can you say, Maria?
Ma'am, they are long and
Wait. Maria, unmute and speak.
They are long with point.
Pointed ends. They are long with pointed ends. Or you can call it as spindle shape. You can call these muscles as spindle shaped muscles. Is it clear? So we learned about two types of muscles, skeletal muscle and smooth muscle. Skeletal muscle are voluntary muscles. Then They are having striations, alternate light and dark bands. Then we learned they are voluntary. Then they are long, cylindrical, unbranched, multinucleated. Whereas smooth muscles or unstriated muscles, they don't have any striations. They are long, they have pointed ends, uninucleated, they are unbranched, found in the iris of the eye, bronchi of the lungs, ureters.
Ma'am, can you repeat that they are light and dark? That is right.
Skeletal muscle, they have alternate light and dark bands or striations. Alternate light and dark bands. Which muscle is having alternate light and dark bands, Rachel Bowen? Which muscle is having alternate light and dark bands? Two muscles we learned. Out of that, which one is having light and dark bands? Unmute.
Ma'am,
My question is, which muscle is having light and dark bands?
Striated muscles.
Striated muscle.
Striated muscles.
Muscle, not unstriated. Because unstriated, the name itself tells that there are no striations. Okay? So we'll wind up our session for today. So please do revise and come what we covered today. Now only cardiac muscle is remaining under muscular tissues, and we have nervous tissue also to complete. So next class we'll be completing the chapter. So do revise the topics covered. Okay, children? So thank you.
Ma'am, what is